Hello everybody, hello good people. Welcome to Passionately Intrigued Arts with Tracy. I need to make some candy popcorn today for a birthday party. And the theme is frozen. So they want purple and blue popcorn. So this is my first batch and I'm not liking the blue. I mean, it's very pale. So I'm just stirring it right now. But I'm going to take you through the process of making this Jello candy popcorn. And I'm just blending in the popcorn, candy popcorn syrup, whatever this stuff is, every 10 minutes to try to fully coat this popcorn. Now this first batch, I don't like the way it's coming out because it's not, to me, in my opinion, it was not enough candy to cover the amount that the recipe required. So I'm going to try it again. I have to make much more than this. I'm going to try it again and use a little more ingredients than what they called for. So I'll put this back in here for 10 minutes. And then stir it again in 10 minutes. So what you do is you melt a half a cup of butter, which is a stick of butter. Butter, not margarine. And you'll need a cup of sugar, which I'm going to use a little more ingredients than what the actual recipe calls for. So this is a cup, and I'm just going to scoop a little bit more. Maybe a half cup more. And you put this at medium. Then you'll need corn syrup. And it calls for a third of a cup. A third of a cup. I'm going to use a half a cup. Instead of a third cup. And maybe just even a little bit more. A good fill of a half a cup. How about that? Then you'll need 3 ounces of flavored gelatin of your choice. Now this thing is frozen and they want blue and purple candy popcorn. So that first batch that I made was blue raspberry, and it's Starburst brand, and so it's very pale, and I just didn't like the consistency of the color. So now I have Jello brand berry blue. We're going to see how blue this one is. So you melt your butter, you add your sugar, you add your Karo syrup, and you add your Jello. And if this is not as dark as I want it to, I do have some food coloring that I'm going to add. Stir this up, medium, low medium heat. You don't want your butter to burn. Then you blend all of this together for 3 to 4 minutes so that it melts the sugar and the Jello. So I'll bring it back after 4 minutes. Oh, also, I bought some frozen Disney Frozen Royal brand, but I'm not going to use it. It says Summer Berry Punch, but I'm thinking it's very light in color, so I'm not even going to use this. Be back in a few minutes. So you want to cook this on a medium to medium low, because you don't want it to, being that it's syrup and sugar and butter, it will stick and burn to your pan. Constantly use your spatula to scrape the bottom and stir this. And when that 3 to 4 minutes is up, take it off this hot eye. I have had it to burn before. There we go. So I'll just remove it from the eye. And I have, the recipe calls for 12 cups of popcorn. And I have sprayed this pan with vegetable oil, and I'll just be pouring this over the top and blending it in. And actually, before we do that, this is the color, which is, oh, can you see that? Let me see if I can put some more light on the subject. It's blue. Maybe over here you can see it better. Yeah, you can see it better over here. But I'm going to add just a little bit of food coloring to give it a deeper color. Just a tiny bit. Doesn't take much of that. Blend that in. And then you'll pour it over your popcorn and blend it in. Put it in your oven at 225. You want to preheat your oven at 225, and you'll check it every 10 minutes for 40 minutes. So you're going to check it and stir it 4 times throughout 40 minutes. And that's every 10 minutes. Okay. So it didn't burn, but it was beginning to stick. I'll go back here, you can see that better. And just add hot water to your pan immediately, and you can get that right off. So I'm going to blend. I'm actually going to take my wooden spoon and blend this syrup in. Blend the popcorn into this blue concoction, trying to get an even coverage. Turn that water off. Just go up under, scrape the syrup on the bottom, and turn the popcorn over into and on top of each other. Get it as blended as best you can, and then stick it in your oven. Alright, that's not too bad. Some thick in some areas, so I'm just trying to distribute it evenly. And spread it out on in your pan and put it in that oven at 250 degrees for 10 minutes. Take it out, stir it, take it out, stir it every 10 minutes. 4 times. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Well, this is my first batch, and it's cooled off. So after it's cooled off, you just break it up. Break it up into the consistency that you want. Very tasty. Just take the big pieces and pull them apart. I apologize for the noise. First batch. I'll set that aside. The first 10 minutes are up, so I'll take it out, stir it up, throw it back in there. just stir from the bottom and try and turn the popcorn over so that you scrape off what's on the bottom. In this pan, I sprayed with vegetable oil. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. You can use parchment paper, but it's a little hard to stir because the parchment paper slides. So I just spray the pan. So just blend it. Even it out a little bit. Put it back in there for 10 more minutes. You gotta do that 3 more times. So when it's done, I'll come back when it's completely done. In the meantime, I'm just going to sample it off the spoon. Pretty good. Pretty good. See you soon. While we're waiting for that popcorn, the blue, to get done, I'm going to start on the purple. I'm not going to show you the whole process. It's the same thing as I did with the blue. But I just want to let you know I'm doing purple. And I have this Welch's Concord grape. And then I also have Jello. Jello brand grape. Which I think I'm going to start with this. Do all that off camera and I'll bring both colors back to you. I just wanted to show you this Welch's Concord grape. It's very pale in color. Very pale. So you can always add food coloring to get the deepest color that you want. So I'm going to add a little bit of this gel food coloring. It's a mirror color and it's royal purple. Put a few drops of that and make my purple deeper. And just add a little at a time. This is concentrated. And let's see what that does for this color. Yeah, now we're getting purple. Not lilac or lavender or whatever color that was. Add another drop or 2. That's it. And blend that. And now we have a purple color. Kind of, sort of. It could be deeper. Another little tidbit that I do, I go through the popcorn and make sure that there aren't any unpopped kernels and take those out. You don't want to bite into those. And you don't want children to bite into those. So this purple's looking pretty purple, pretty good. It's dark. Let me see if I can put some light on it. Well, you still can't really tell. Oh, it's beautiful. So I'm just going to pour this on here and do the same process, like I said, and I'll be back. The blue is done, so I'm going to let it cool off. Turned out nice. Let that cool off, and the purple is ready to go in. And I got a sample. That purple turned out beautiful. So we'll give that the 40-minute process and go from there. Purple popcorn is done. Just stir this up, and then I'll be mixing it with the blue after it cools off. And so you can tell that your popcorn is done. It's no longer gooey. It's crisp. It's not sticky at all. And some people use, which I never have because it's too salty, microwave popcorn. You can do it though. This is fresh popped popcorn. Okay, let them cool off. We'll go to the next step. Okay, so I'm all done baking the Jello popcorn. And these are the colors that I have. Now, this was the first batch. And it's supposed to be blue. It looks green to me, so I'm not going to use that. And that was that Starburst Jello. I didn't add any food color to this one. I'm not going to use that color. I'm going to give it to my little people. Then we used this blueberry Jello brand for this color here. And I added a little bit of food color. This one here, this pretty purple here, is the Welch's Grape Concord Grape Jello. And then I made another batch of purple, a lighter purple, and it's grape, and it's Jello brand grape. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not using this one, I have a large plastic bag, and I'm just going to dump each color into the bag, shake it up to mix it up, and then package it. One. Two. And three. That is quite a bit of Jello popcorn. It's a big old bag. So I'm just going to mix it really well and come back to you, and we're going to package it up. It really is a beautiful mixture. And like I said, the theme is frozen. So I have these popcorn boxes, and I have put a plastic bag on the top of them. So I'm just going to scoop these, fill these up, and tie them up, and then I'll be placing ribbons on them when I'm done. Give it a little twist. Put a twist tie on it. And after I've packaged them all, I will put the ribbon on. So I just twist it, and I'm going to wrap it around. And I've already put the bags on all of these and folded the bags down to try and make it easy for me to pull them out and fill up. And if I remember, I'm going to try to remember, I will put the Jello popcorn recipe in the description if you care to try it. So I'll continue on, fill all these up. I have 24 containers to fill, and I'll come back and show you the final presentation of these frozen popcorn boxes. Here it is, here it is. I'm all done, and they are ready for the party. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting on?